like to give you a little bit of a background about fundamentals of flower arranging, just to show you what you can do with the blooms that you have in your garden and to arrange it in a very naturalistic way that doesn't look like it's bought from a store. And obviously you need to have the right kind of flowers and foliage, which is very important. So I'd like to show you what I actually have on the table. What I have, which is very important. These are the props that you need to have. So this is one of the most important things. This is just a pot with recently boiled water, and that you do that to sear the stems of the flowers. And what that basically does is that it prevents the sap from flowing back into the water, and also keeps the flowers fresh longer than it would normally would if you just cut it and put it in a bucket of cold water. So that is important. And the amount of time that you steep is depends on the thickness of the stem. So things like if it's a woody stem, things like the buddleia, for example, which is this flower here. Now I seared the stem for about 20 seconds, which I would not do for something like the nigella, because the nigella has a very delicate stem and doesn't need to be seared for that long. So this is the foliage that I have that I'm going to use. So I have mint, oregano, and Frauenmantel, which I can't think of the name right now, what it's called in English. Frauenmantel is lady's mantle, right? Lady's mantle. So these are the three foliage, and these are the flowers, the blooms that I've picked from the garden. We've got dahlias. This is the Bishop of Llandaff. We've got nigella. I have a globe thistle, and I have cosmos. I have another dahlia here, rose, phlox, hydrangea paniculata, and some sweet peas. Buddleia, nigella, daisy. Yeah, I guess that's it. So we can get started. Okay, so we start with the foliage, and this is a method that actually Sarah Raven uses, and I think it's very effective and actually really nice and very easy to understand. So what I have here, I'm going to take the mint. Now this is a particularly good one, and I'm trying to make a grid out of it. So you see, it's like a fan, and then I just start popping these in wherever I feel like it would fit very well. It can be through, so you can sort of weave it through. It could be on the side, but wherever, whatever you prefer, because after all it is your flower arrangement, so it should look good for you. And then we start popping in the lady's mantle. Oops, don't go away. So, and that basically forms the basis where you're going to put the flowers through. Now don't worry if your mint is looking a bit droopy right now, because obviously it's been out of water for a while and it doesn't like that. But the moment you pop it into a vase of cold water, it'll spring back, so don't worry about that. Alright, so now we get to the flowers. Alright, so now we start weaving the flowers through this grid that we've created. So the first one is that I'm going to take the globe thistle, because it's just so pretty, and make sure that you take off the leaves, because that might cause a bit of a problem. And unfortunately I got very short stems on these, but that's alright. So got one hydrangea. I'd like to put that through the middle like that, and then take the phlox, which has a very small stem. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just pushing this in, and in case you feel like you can't get through, you just need to widen your grip a little bit. It's very loosely held. I don't know if you can see that properly, but that's the way it's done. Okay. And take this pretty dahlia, put that here. And keep turning your arrangement, so you know when you need to pull something out, when you need to push something back in. And what's very important is everything should not be just two-dimensional. Try to get some height into your arrangement. I think that makes it quite interesting. Alright, let's try the buddleia. So that can look like that. And now I'm going to get the rose. And it doesn't go in, just wiggle it in and it is going to fit. Alright, so it's already beginning to actually look quite naturalistic and beautiful. But I'm now going to work on my Bishop of Llandaff. Now that's a very bright color that I wanted that to give the statement, so it's not just a pastel-y like arrangement, but it's got the other things as well. So I'm not going to move the taste of this side because I think it looks a little bit nicer. It's actually a matter of your taste, really. Whatever you like will look good. So put that through there. And when you feel like you need a little more foliage or you need something else, just go ahead and do that. I mean, it's no crime. And there is no hard and fast rule how you should do things. Because it's mainly for you to enjoy. So that's where the date goes in. So keep turning it. I don't know if you can see that's what I'm actually doing, so it looks good from all directions. And whoops, I think I just chopped off my dahlia. Oh well, too bad, that's life. So take the next one. That's the chocolatey one, which I really, really like. There's another one I have of those. Put it in there. And then that one. And this is already beginning to look quite full, but I thought it might be nice for a summer bouquet. Especially as there's just so much going on in the garden right now. Alright. Important thing, no leaves in the water. The water will start to smell. Just put this down. Squash the hydrangea there. Okay, let's see, maybe the sweet peas. I just got 2 sweet peas because I have actually another bouquet just with them. I think I want to put that in there because I really like the tendrils, the design of that. So this one maybe through the blocks. Why not? And you see, when it comes out here, so you can always pull that in. The advantage of this is that you don't have to grasp it and have a very big hand, which is what I think the most florists actually have. Well, I'm not a florist, so that way you can just weave your things through. So now I'm taking the nigella, or Love in the Mist. It's a beautiful name for it. It's just such a pretty plant. It's amazingly hardy though, and you can keep sowing them. This is just the seed head, and it doesn't matter because I think it looks equally pretty in an arrangement. Alright, the cosmos, and obviously I didn't train my cosmos properly, so they don't have straight stems, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to put it there. Turn it this way. And this is that's just oh, what happened there? Another of the nigella ones. So the 2 very, very pretty cosmos actually, which I want to be in. And it doesn't matter if one is a little higher up and one a little lower, because I think that makes it really charming. And now I've got this very bendy daisy because it sort of took off from where it was growing and started to have its own life, which is very pretty, but I'm not sure if I can use it in an arrangement. Let's see. Just see if it works. That's fine. If it doesn't, no, it actually doesn't work here. So I'll let it go. I think I'll let the yellow one go as well, because I think this is already quite beautiful. So the next step, now normally I would tie this. So now that you have this beautiful arrangement, chop the ends. So everything is one, and then I'm trying to check if there's something woody that I need to maybe slice a little bit. So it has, the important thing is that the wider you make this bottom surface, the easier it is for the plant to take up water, which is the main reason. Now this vase might be actually too big for it, so I need to get another one. But in the meanwhile, I need to tie it. So this is a neat little trick. So a piece of string. I can cut this. All right. Come. Double it. So you see, I just doubled it. I'm gonna put this around. And take this through. Not my finger. It's in the way. And pull. And that's it. Then it's done. And then I can let my hands go. Just tie it around. Now at this stage, I think I just need to clean up a little bit because I don't want any of that in the water. So that's a pretty little bouquet that you have from your summer garden.